too easy. 11, 9, and 16-yard chunks they were able to pick up, but then the Jaguars defense stiffened and held Patrick Mahomes and company to a 45-yard field goal by Harrison Butker before the Jags were able to take the field. Before the offense got on the field, we saw Parker Washington, who really had a nice game for himself tonight, take the kickoff, the first of the preseason for the Jags, and the first under these new dynamic kickoff rules, back 73 yards, sets up a short field, and Trevor Lawrence paid that off with a touchdown pass to Travis Etienne to give the Jags a lead they wouldn't relinquish. So 7-3 when both of the first teams were on the field for what that was, and both teams missing some players that probably would have played had this been a regular season game. And then, Trevor Lawrence took a sack on fourth down, might have had Evan Ingram open, so that's something maybe you can clean up a little bit. And the Jags running game, first-team running game, struggled to find some airspace there for Travis Etienne to get through that offensive line, and more importantly, Kansas City's defensive line, only 3 yards on 4 carries for Etienne. So I'm sure that's going to be a big talking point for the Jaguar faithful. Have they done enough with that offensive line? We'll take a quick time out here. The Jaguars Radio Network, presented by UF Health. University of Florida Health is the proud healthcare partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When we return, we'll get Kai Stevens' first word with head coach Doug Pederson. 26-13, Jags win it. This is Jaguars Postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Maximize your energy savings with a new energy-efficient heating and cooling system from Florida Home Air Conditioning, and you could save up to $4,500 through possible tax credits and other discounts. Purchase a new system today, and Florida Home Air Conditioning will buy back your old inefficient HVAC system. Request your complimentary consultation from Florida Home Air Conditioning, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit FloridaHomeAC.com for details, terms, and conditions.
License number CMC 1250399, CFC 1430664, EC 130-08557.
Hey fans, it's Tyson Campbell, cornerback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, your game day is getting even tastier with Al's Pizza in the stadium. And every time we get a pick, you'll score. If the Jaguars get one interception, you'll enjoy buy one, get one free pizza at any Al's Pizza location Monday through Thursday after the home game. 2 interceptions, a free dessert. And 3 interceptions, that's a free appetizer. Just tell them you want the Jags pick. Up your game and get your Al's Pizza at the game or any of their locations.
For us, treating cancer is personal. We're Baptist MD Anderson Cancer Center, and we know that every patient is unique. So you'll have a plan created by world-renowned doctors and tailored to your needs. And everyone here will support you every step of the way, so you're physically, emotionally, and spiritually strong for the journey. Don't face cancer with anything less than the team at Baptist MD Anderson. Locations in downtown, Baptist South, and Clay. Visit BaptistMDAnderson.com.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years, and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC. Mike Dempsey here with you in the Hyundai Studios. JP Shadrick and Fred Taylor on their way to join me for postgame commentary. Today's preseason game sponsored by Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Jacksonville Jaguars and the NFL. We'll hear from head coach Doug Pederson coming up in a few minutes. I know Kai Stevens is wrangling Parker Washington, and we'll hear from him coming up shortly as well. Parker Washington, 3 touches in the first half, 73-yard kickoff, which really set things up for the Jags, a 13-yard punt return, and 1 reception for 10 yards. 15 different Jaguars, by the way, caught passes tonight. So certainly spreading the ball around with this offense. First-team offense able to stick one in the end zone. Would have liked to have seen them do something with that second drive. They moved the ball a little bit, but were unable to get any points on the board with that. But still, after 1 drive apiece, Jaguars led it 7-3 en route to a 26-13 final over the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll have Kai Stevens, as I mentioned, coming up with Parker Washington here in just a minute. But we've got Hall of Fame finalist Fred Taylor and Hall of Fame wannabe JP Shadrick here with us. You're in my personal broadcast Hall of Fame, JP. But first off, Freddie T, great to see you. Another season working Jaguars postgame, and good start. I mean, there's some correctable things out there tonight, but a good start overall for the Jags.
Certainly a good start. JP and I always talking about how encouraging it is to see the young guys, to see the big plays that were out there. Parker Washington, the big return to start the game, to set the offense up to have that fast start, as Doug was, hoping they will have. You have Brian Thomas, the big play, the 41-yarder. Then also Devin Duvernay, the big touchdown. So very encouraging, man.
We'll break it all down in a minute, but first let's go to Kai Stevens.
All right, let's get going.
Doug, can you go ahead, Gene? Oh, okay. Doug, can you obviously get the big return from Parker Washington? Can you describe that for us, and then how pleasing was it to see the touchdown from Trevor to Etienne?
Just with the returns, it was all new. Obviously, it's things we've been working on. Just a really good return by Parker, but there were also some good blocks on that play. He ran tough, physical run. It was a great way to really start our offense and get the game rolling for us. And then Trevor to Etienne on the play, just a nice one-on-one matchup. It was an angle route by Etienne, and he just did a great job setting up the backer and good throw.
Doug, how encouraging was it for you to see so much production from guys that are either considered backups or newcomers to the squad?
Yeah, I mean, it is pleasing. It goes back to our message back in April, and I talked about development. And I think that's what you're seeing out there in practice. It's what I'm seeing anyway. And then tonight, with so many guys playing in this game, there wasn't really a drop off. Because sometimes when you get out of that first, second unit, sometimes there's a letdown or a drop off with play, and I didn't see that tonight. Our guys played fast, they played hard. Were there mistakes? Sure, there were mistakes and MAs and things like that we can clean up this week. But I think top to bottom, the guys played, credit to them. They played fast and they played physical.
Could you talk specifically about Tank Bixby and what he was able to do tonight? Just how hard he ran, and also almost getting the kickoff return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we know that Tank's a physical downhill runner, and quite honestly, the kickoff return is a lot like a zone run play. It's a downhill type play, and he's built for that. And it was exciting to see him not only in the return game but also offensively. Get some carries and do the things that we know he's capable of doing. But again, it's also giving him the opportunity to do it right in practice, and obviously you're in the game tonight.
Doug, it was the fourth defensive play. It was like a hockey shift. 5 guys came on the field, and then the rotation and the substitution. If you ever seen a defense off the top of your head that substituted as much as your team did tonight in the first half with solid production?
Yes, I have seen it, and it's the reason. The guys can stay fresh not only throughout the game, but they stay fresh throughout the course of the season. And it was our team in Philly with Jim Schwartz as a coordinator. When you have 8 guys on your roster and you can consistently rotate and keep those guys fresh the entire game, it helps. And it helps on third down when they're fresh and can get after the passer. So it's just something that, Ryan obviously, believes in. I believe in it. And the guys it's coordinated now. It's not just you just go pick 5 guys. It's well organized and it's well coordinated, and credit to the defensive staff and then obviously the players for getting in and out.
Doug, congratulations on the win. Just talk to us a little bit about your quarterback play, what you were hoping to see, and did you see what you wanted to see out of them for an opener? Yeah,
I did. All 3 of them played good. They played smart. I don't think there was a turnover there, with those guys, and Trevor played smart. Obviously, the throw, to Etienne, and then CJ comes in and makes some really nice down the field throws, and in the face of adversity too. Getting hit on the roughing the passer, and then for Mac to come in and really do what he's capable of doing. It's a great room. It's a great room. We're blessed and fortunate to have 3 veteran players in that room, and it was exciting to watch all 3 play.
Hey, Doug, can you take us through the touchback argument with their
No,
trying
I
to?
can't, because that's as long. We'll be here a while. I'm just glad. Honestly, I'm just glad they went to review. It's the ball landed in the end zone, and now by rule, it's still a live ball. Last year that would have been down. It would have been dead, right? And the ball comes out to the 25 or whatever it was last year. Now the ball's live. So the ball was in the end zone, came out to about the half-yard line. The returner was in the end zone, but pulled the ball back into the end zone when he took a knee. So safety. That's the rule.
Did you know that immediately? And how
Well,
did you get
I know
the officials?
Heath was yelling at me, and Zach and the guys upstairs were kind of in my ear about it. And when I was talking to the officials about it, just trying to, my point to the officials was, you got to review it at least. Give us an opportunity to review it. Not me, because I couldn't, but let the officials review it. And they got together. They collaborated on it. Obviously went to review, and that was the right rule.
You expect a lot of confusion like that until this thing kind of sorts itself out in the first few month or so of the season about stuff like that?
I don't know if it's going to be much confusion on it. I mean, I think it's a good coaching point for all teams, to really coach our returners, in that situation. It's definitely going to be on the coach's video that's going to come out this week. And it's really a good teaching moment for everybody, us included, for our returners. And, it's just a great way to learn that rule and to learn the game of football.
Doug, not a lot is ever put into preseason results, but did you feel like maybe you needed this thing to maybe gain some momentum after the way last year ended?
No, not necessarily. I just wanted our guys to execute and play hard, play fast, and I felt like they did that today. It's a new season, new faces, some old faces out there. And it's just for us internally, it's just a different feel. It's a different team, a whole different year. So it's not anything about last year. It's just about getting better and moving forward.
Coach, overall in special teams, how do you feel you're on the other side of the coin adapted, both with kicking off and also the field? You have a new kicker, obviously, this year. 62-yarder would have been good from 70, and the 47-yarder just apexed as it got through the uprights here. He's something special, it looks like.
It just shows the leg strength that Cam has and the reason we drafted him. And he definitely, he had some wind in his back on that one before half there. He works hard. He works hard in practice at it. And you can see he's not a big guy, but he's got a really strong leg and a powerful leg. And it was good for, I went into this game thinking I wanted to get him some opportunities, to kick under this type of pressure, this kind of stage. And he performed extremely well. I mean, he was amped up now to start the game. You saw those kickoffs go through the end zone. And he was excited, which rightfully so. But he'll learn from it, but he had a good night.
Doug, can you talk about Brian's big catch? And then what does it just say to you to see the team kind of go as crazy as they did for him in that moment?
Well, obviously when you draft a guy, first on your this year, and the type of receiver and really the type of person for him, he's very capable, obviously, of making those types of plays and just an excellent play. And then it's just you see I think you see the excitement from the entire team. Same thing when Christian Braswell, even though it was ruled down, you saw the excitement there as well, and some of the other big plays that were made. But we just got to keep Brian coming. He's going to be a big part of our offense.
Doug, I'm just curious of whether you mentioned anything to Trevor after he took the sack on a fourth down, instead of just trying to at least get the ball downfield, even if it's in tight coverage.
No, not really. I mean, we're a bit too long for a field goal anyway, because of where the wind was in our face, and that one didn't hurt us as much, but didn't really feel like that was worthy of a conversation at that time.
And Parker Washington, not only did he have the big kickoff, but 13-yard punt return, 10-yard, I think, catch where he slipped a tackle. We've heard about we've heard teammates raving about him, but is it what we saw tonight, is that kind of what you guys expect now going into year 2?
Yeah, it's just the growth and development, just like Tank. Both guys are having really good camp right now, and Parker's worked extremely hard. He worked during the offseason and obviously now in camp to put himself in this position, and it's showing on the field, right? And it obviously showed today.
Thanks.
All right, guys.
Thank you. Right behind. He'll be in here within about a minute. Here he is.
Oh, perfect. All right. Anybody want first up for Trevor? Okay. Do you have one? Okay. Yes.
ETN get that wide open on that touchdown throw and kind of walk us through. You complimented him earlier in the week, but how pleasing was that to see?
It's great. I love touchdowns. So, no, it was good. Like I said, talked about it kind of earlier in the week, and just him expanding his game and his skill set and what he brings to the table. It's been cool to see this offseason. The amount of work he's put in and that we put in as an offense to do some of that stuff. So it was great. Ran a great route and perfect coverage for it, and our receiver did a good job of, kind of how we teach it on the outside there. So it was good. He did a great job.
So 48 hours after you showered praise on Parker Washington for being one of the most improved players on the roster, how kind of encouraging was it for you to see that he validated what you said?
I told him, I'm telling everybody how good you look. You gotta go out there and show it now. I knew he would come to play. Man, he's a spark. Even last year, some of the plays he made, just some incredible plays down the field with the ball in his hand. I mean, you see on the return today how special he is, and he looks good, man. He's been working super hard, so it's cool to see the work pay off more than anything. He's earned it, and just continue to get more opportunities in the way he's playing.
Follow up on the 4th down sack. Any regrets about not just throwing the ball downfield? If it gets intercepted, so what? If it gets incomplete, so what? Just because it's 4th down.
Yeah, not really.
Trevor, you were the guy that I noticed, John talked about it earlier, who was jumping out of his shoulder pads on Brian Thomas's catch down the sidelines.
Yeah.
What's it been like to see his progress, and how excited are you to be the one throwing him the passes as the season progresses here?
Really excited. I'm just happy for him, and to see him make that kind of play downfield. Should have been a flag, I thought on the there was a lot of, they were letting us play though, so it was good. Didn't see a ton of PI calls tonight, so letting the guys play, which is good for us. I think it helps. Like I've talked about before, we play our defense, who's really physical. Press coverage, not going to get free releases off the line. And Kansas City does a lot of similar things as well. So I think that helped us in a lot of areas tonight, and it carried over. But to see him make that play down the field was awesome. I was hoping we'd get an opportunity to give him a shot down the field. And obviously that was when CJ was in, and he gave him an opportunity, threw a good ball, and Brian made a heck of a play. So I think just for him, and he's a guy that has all the ability in the world, and it's starting to click more and more every day. And just when you see guys make plays like that, and instills more confidence in them, because regardless, you're coming to a new, it's NFL, it's a new league, a lot of changes. You want to make those plays and gain some confidence. So to see guys have that, that's exciting, and everybody was pumped for him.
Trevor, congrats for your time out there. Just had it off the top of my head. Beating the Chiefs, 2-time Super Bowl champs. I know it's preseason. You just want to have a good game against them. But what's the confidence level right now in the locker room in the short time you were in there?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. You want to win every game you play. So it feels good to win. And we played really clean all the way across the board. Our depth showed on both sides of the ball. Special teams did a great job, too, made some plays. So I think that's the best thing is, we got some great work against a good team who does a lot of different things, whether it's defensively or offensively, presents some challenges. So I think it's always good to kind of measure up against teams like them, or just teams in the league in general. You're in training camp and you're going against each other. It's nice to play a different opponent and kind of see where you stack up. And did a good job tonight. Obviously, it is preseason, and the game isn't going to count for our regular season record. So take it with a grain of salt, but you want to win them all, and it feels good to obviously to beat them and whoever it is. It's going to be Tampa next week, and we want to win that one too. So I think it's good though for our guys, our depth to show, and guys to play well throughout the whole game. There wasn't a drop off. Well, it didn't get sloppy really. I think that was the most encouraging and best thing to see is guys were prepared to play, and we flew around and we were physical, fast, played fast. It was fun to watch.
Trevor, I know you talked about it a little bit earlier in the week, but now that you actually did it, what was that dynamic like with Press being on the field, just that communication between you two?
It was good. You know, not much was different. You know, I could, I guess, go up to him after some series. I think more communication, which is not going to be the case in the regular season, but when I was done, kind of standing by him and, you know, I can hear him in the headset, but talking to him between calls and what he's thinking, he can echo things to me. So that was good to get that insight and to be able to talk to him in person, face-to-face on the field. So that was cool to get. I think after series, it was quicker communication. You go up to him, say what you're thinking or why he, you know, maybe called something in a certain situation if this is what he was thinking. So it was good. Communication was great tonight. Wow, it was short. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great night. Thanks.
License number CMC 1250399, CFC 1430664, EC 130-08557.
Facing cancer takes a lot of determination, strength, and support. And you'll get it all at Baptist MD Anderson Cancer Center. Determination from world-renowned doctors, giving you specialized treatment with cutting-edge technology and research. Strength and support from a dedicated team, caring for you completely, during and after treatment. Don't face cancer with anything less than the team at Baptist MD Anderson. Appointments available at baptistmdanderson.com.
Chelsea here with Renewal by Anderson. Renewal by Anderson specializes in energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors that are twice as tough as vinyl. Save money through the month of August and save $300 on every window and $825 on every patio door. Plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. Some restrictions apply. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Go to rbafla.com to book your design consultation today. License number CGC 1527613.
It's game time, Jaguars fans, and Publix knows that football is all about pairings. A high-scoring offense paired with a stingy defense. A rocket-armed QB paired with a dynamic wide receiver. And at Publix, you can pair hot deli chicken tenders with savory dips, delicious sub platters with ice-cold beverages, and you can pair these tailgate essentials with an entire parking lot full of Jaguars fans chanting, Duval! Gear up for your tailgate at Publix, the official supermarket of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We're excited to announce a special activation at select training camps. Join us as we celebrate the Corner at Deb Store, coming soon to the Eastside community. Operated by Goodwill Industries of North Florida, the Deb Store will help change lives in the historic Out East through fresh foods, education, and career opportunities. In partnership with various community partners, this project will create a space where residents can thrive. Watch out for the Deb Store van at select training camps this July and August, where you can enjoy free samples and learn how to support this initiative.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
Jaguars Postgame presented by Florida Home AC. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor at the Hyundai Studios, the Miller Electric Center after a Jaguars win over the Chiefs. Preseason Week 1, 26-13. PRI Productions, the official event production company of the Jags, has everything you need to bring your next idea to life. Visit PRIProductions.com. We mentioned the quarterback statistics. Rushing, Johnson, 5 for 31 on the ground tonight. Jackson, 5 for 29. Fred, to your point, 3 for 28 yards for Tank Bigsby, and a 9.3 average, including a 19-yarder. Brightwell, 5 for 8. Beathard, 1 for 5. ETN, 4 for 3 on the other side of it there. That's the rushing. That Mac Jones 2 times for -2 yards in the rushing statistics in this one. So, hey, it's the running game is the focus, and it's game 1. And they had a couple offensive linemen. Starters not in there tonight, and that's just kind of how it goes in a preseason game sometimes. Some hit, some miss, and you're not really scheming the thing.
Right. You know, a lot of times people tend to think these games don't count, but these games count. You know, the evaluations, they got to be able to go back and say, all right, this guy's able to do this. This player was able to do this. Let's look at him again and again. They don't count in the record books, no. But overall, in the grand scheme of things, and sorting out the players, sorting out who's going to be here, I think that's really what matters. But to be able to get out there and see these players go about their business after, practicing their tails off for a few weeks, you want to see them on the field. You want to see how they're going to react, respond to pressure. And I think as a collective, what we saw tonight was pretty good. And I'm excited for them.
I think it could be a tough roster decision or two with this
That's
group,
always
Fred,
good.
right? I mean, Keelan Robinson, you figure is going to have a place on this team. He's been lauded both for his work on offense and special teams, was unable to go tonight. But Jalen Jackson's been creating some buzz in camp and didn't do anything to slow that down, So, one of these guys you're going to maybe try to sneak to the practice squad, but it's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem to have. I mean, you have a collection of you have Bigsby as a second-year guy. ETN, he's going to be the starter. Dearness Jones, he's been big on third downs after they brought him in a year ago. Sometimes it comes down to value, how much this player's worth and how much this player's getting paid. But if the other guy has upside potential, let's go with the younger guy and scratch off the veteran guy. So I believe this is just me looking on the outside looking in. Dearness Jones, Jalen Jackson, Keelan Robinson. It could be a battle between those three. I would personally keep Tank Bigsby here. I'm a fan of Tank.
Oh, he's going to be here.
Yeah, he got to be here. So, I don't know. Let those guys go out there, compete, and however it sorts itself out, the coaches, they're stuck with that responsibility. Thank God it's not me.
Yeah, Keelan Robinson hasn't put on pads yet, I don't think. I mean, he's done some other things, but the one saying that as old as before I got in the league, you can't make the club in the tub. You got to be able to get out there and show some tape. No matter how much potential you might have, the coaches, they want to see it. If this were Coach Coughlin here, it would be so intolerable. He would just be so frustrated and tired of it. So I don't know the situation personally, but we like to see him get out there so he can put something on tape. Let the coaches and the people that are going to evaluate him, Trent, the front office guys, to scout, and see if he's going to be able to make this roster. I was going to say, because he was supposed to be a return specialist, and there are a couple of guys
Here
tonight.
comes Parker Washington.
Yeah, Tank Bigsby, Parker. And Devin Duvernay didn't even return tonight. He's the lead guy. So
he was busy catching a touchdown.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Give the guy a break.
Anyway, time now for the Kingfish Pest Control defensive play of the game. We're going to go with a play that was wiped away after review. Christian Braswell in the third quarter had a guy get open on him and make a catch, but then rallied back, stripped the football, and ran it back 52 yards for a touchdown, only to have it overturned. That is the Kingfish Pest Control defensive play of the game. Let the pros tackle the pests in your home by going to kingfishpest.com. That's kingfishpest.com. Mike Dempsey, I know you have plenty to say about this.
Well, I thought the fact that it was ruled touchdown on the field, I didn't think there was conclusive evidence to overturn it. Tony and Jeff on the game broadcast agreed with that, and I don't think you take anything away. In fact, I think this is going to be a play, Fred, that the coaches love. Yeah, he got beat because he slipped, but he didn't give up. And he was the guy to get to the receiver immediately and put that grown man strength to use and just snatched it away, turned on the Jets, and he's been having a good camp as well. So I think that play is a positive all the way around for Christian Braswell.
If you slip and you gotta hustle. If you have a mental error, you gotta hustle. The coaches want to see that you're out there showing extreme effort, and for him to be able to make that mistake early, whether it's slip, whatever it was. And to be able to hustle back and go and take that strip and return it on top of it, the coaches, they definitely enjoy those type of plays.
It's Kingfish Pest Control defensive play of the game. We're back in a moment. A look at the final stats and a Jaguars win over the Chiefs. Preseason week 1, Jags 26, Chiefs 13. It's Jaguars postgame on the Jaguars Radio Network.
To aim higher, run faster. It's what elite athletes do. Always strive for better. At UF Health, we have that same DNA to not just treat a stroke, but to create a fleet of mobile stroke treatment units. To not just do research, but to use AI to save lives with one of the most powerful supercomputers in academia. We believe, like athletes, that human progress has no finish line. UF Health, National Medical Center for Team USA.
The Jaguars bring performance, strength, and passion to every play. And you'll find the same when you bank with EverBank. Open an EverBank Performance Savings account and score serious savings. See what you could earn at everbank.com/Jaguars. EverBank, advantage you. Member FDIC and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I spy a new Camry.
Ooh, I spy a sporty RAV4.
I spy deals on the entire lineup at the Toyota National Sales Event.
Good eye.
Lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 LE for $349 a month for 36 months. Offer valid through September 3rd, 2024. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. 3648 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Everyone circle up. I know it looks rough out there. Sure, we're down 24-6, but we came here to play differently. We need a game changer. Something like Ring Central, the business phone system that's more than a phone. I want you to communicate like you can talk to anyone, anywhere, all from the same app. Now get out there and play like you're using Ring Central.
Ring Central. Simpler communications.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, pride of the Jaguars running back Fred Taylor from the Hyundai Studios inside the Miller Electric Center. And Fred, we were talking in the break. It's your first time in these studios here.
Look, I am so jealous. This stuff is so fancy, man. I remember getting a tour in the offseason. I came with the Pivot Crew when we did Trevor.
That's right.
So we got the tour here, but I hadn't been in the studio yet. You guys are spoiled. You guys got all of the good digs, man. This Miller Electric Center is beautiful.
It really is. We're very fortunate.
They should have some sort of fan raffle so they can tour this place.
Oh, see, you might be onto something there.
This is really dope.
Wait till you see the plans for the stadium.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I've seen some stuff floating around, social media, Jaguars, Instagram, and all of that. I want to see the official plans. Who I got to talk to see like
you know, Sean,
deal.
man.
I think you can make a text message and get that done. I mean, yeah.
You're the GOAT.
You can go all the way to the top.
I'm the GOAT? Oh, jeez, thank you, guys.
Your name's on the stadium, Fred. You can do whatever the heck you want here.
The one security lady during the game, she was like, you can't take no photos right here. You got to step to the side. And then somebody came over after that and said, Fred, I just miss you. I wish you can still play. So where is it? And she pointed to my name. So the security lady was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that was you. But I let people do their job.
Right
I
on.
respect everyone.
That's nice.
I was just going to step to the side and take photos with the fans like I always do.
Yeah.
But hey.
You're a man of the people, Fred.
The name on the stadium ain't enough. I got to get credentials to get in this place.
That was another.
Code yet.
That's another
16 layers of security, man.
See, it's another story altogether.
I'm just a contractor.
Let's take a look at the final stats because they mean so much in the preseason. However, we'll take a look at the team stats. Total yardage in favor of the Jaguars, 348 to 264. Rushing net yardage, 106 to 102 in favor of the Chiefs. Passing net, 246 to 158 in favor of the Jags. Third downs, Jaguars 3 of 11. Kansas City 2 of 13. Penalties, 6 for 30 yards against the Chiefs, 3 for 29 against the Jags. That's a really good performance, actually, in week 1 of the preseason, only 2 weeks into training camp, only 3 penalties called or accepted against the Jaguars. Time of possession, Kansas City held it for 32 minutes and 55 seconds. Those are the team statistics.
All right, let's take a look at some individual numbers here. C.J. Beathard led the way in passing yardage. He was 7 of 14 for 125, the touchdown to Duvernay. Mac Jones, 9 of 11. He was 9 of 10 at one point, thrown for 98 yards. No scores there. Trevor Lawrence, 3 of 4 for 42 with the touchdown to ETN. Just looking at Patrick Mahomes here on the other side, 3 of 4 for 27, only played the opening drive for Kansas City. For the Jags on the ground, Dearness Johnson averaged 6.2 a carry, 5 for 31. Jalen Jackson, 5.8 a carry with 5 for 29. Tank Bigsby, 9.3 a carry with 3 for 28. But Travis Etienne bottled up, only had 3 yards on 4 carries. And Isaiah Pacheco, the starting running back for Kansas City, able to pick up 16 yards on his 2 totes tonight. Josiah DeGuara led the way for the Jags only by a single yard, 3 catches for 42, and Brian Thomas Jr. had the 1 grab for 41. 15 different Jaguars caught passes in this preseason opener for Kansas City. Nico Remigio, 3 for 35 through the air. The Jags, I believe, were credited with 5 total sacks. 6 different players picked up at least a half sack in each, and Cam Little, 3 out of 4 on his field goal attempts, missing only from 62. And the distance was there.
Oh, we talked about that in the stadium, too. That was amazing. It hit halfway up the net.
It had halfway up the net, and he hooked it. But, you're not going to try too many 62-yarders. He made the ones that you're going to count on him to make during the regular season.
Impressive. That's a look at the final stats for tonight's game. And, by the way, you mentioned DeGuara, the tight end. Mac Jones was successful on a 28-yard pass, a beautiful pass down the right seam to him. Over a defender. Safety came over and hit him really hard. He held on to the football. Great play.
Since you guys are talking stats, I'll just say something really quick that I'm sure Doug is going to hit on in the meeting tomorrow. Turnovers. No turnovers. No sloppy play, no interceptions, no fumbles. Kansas City had 4 fumbles. They didn't lose any, but they had 4 fumbles. So these guys, in the first preseason game, you see the ball bouncing around all over the place. So I want to give them credit for making sure that they took care of the football tonight.
Terrell Edmonds with a big boy hit to pop that one loose that fell right back to the Kansas City receiver.
Yeah,
well, not on him.
Where was that?
Right. Face mask in the backfield.
Oh,
somebody got their hands on somebody's face mask.
Right.
And I didn't really see it either on the replay, from what I could tell. But yeah, there was some popping. I'll say Parker Washington did have the ball pop loose twice, but he was ruled down on both occasions.
True.
So those are split-second type
Well,
things that you don't want to see go the other way.
The Jaguars Radio Network is presented by UF Health. University of Florida Health is the proud healthcare partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're back with Player of the Game voting.
Yep.
Plenty of options tonight. This is Jaguars Postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Maximize your energy savings with a new energy-efficient heating and cooling system from Florida Home Air Conditioning, and you could save up to $4,500 through possible tax credits and other discounts. Purchase a new system today, and Florida Home Air Conditioning will buy back your old inefficient HVAC system. Request your complimentary consultation from Florida Home Air Conditioning, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit FloridaHomeAC.com for details, terms, and conditions. License number CMC 1250399, CFC 1430664, EC 130-08557.
Hey fans, it's Tyson Campbell, cornerback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, your game day is getting even tastier with Al's Pizza in the stadium. And every time we get a pick, you'll score. If the Jaguars get 1 interception, you'll enjoy buy one, get one free pizza at any Al's Pizza location Monday through Thursday after the home game. 2 interceptions, a free dessert. And 3 interceptions, that's a free appetizer. Just tell them you want the Jags pick. Up your game and get your Al's Pizza at the game or any of their locations.
Brooks Rehabilitation is proud to be the official rehabilitation partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are here for them, and we are here for you. Ranked #1 physical rehabilitation hospital in Florida by U.S. News and World Report, our playbook is individualized treatment and exceptional care to get you back to living your life. Brooks has cutting-edge technology and therapy solutions in every care setting, treating sports injury, orthopedics, brain, spinal injuries, and more. Go beyond your expectations with Brooks Rehabilitation.
We're excited to announce a special activation at select training camps. Join us as we celebrate the Corner at Deb Store, coming soon to the Eastside community. Operated by Goodwill Industries of North Florida, the Deb Store will help change lives in the historic Out East through fresh foods, education, and career opportunities. In partnership with various community partners, this project will create a space where residents can thrive. Watch out for the Deb Store van at select training camps this July and August, where you can enjoy free samples and learn how to support this initiative.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC. Call Florida Home AC today. Official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. You needed them on a day like today. It was a warm one at the bank tonight, but the Jaguars get it done over the Chiefs. The final score 26-13. And it's time for the Jaguars Radio Network Player of the Game voting. I can't wait to see the nominees tonight. Fred, you want to start us off?
I don't know which way to go. I was hoping you guys let me go like second or last. But can I give it to special teams, like as a unit?
Okay.
You're Fred Taylor.
It's your vote. Yeah. Okay.
Doug has been talking about fast start. I believe without that kick return to set the guys up, Parker Washington, I mean, he had a nice return there, big kick return to get the game going, to get some energy out there. Didn't score, didn't do a lot, but it's the little things that you don't always see. I believe that return was big, probably the biggest play of the game. So, oh, boy. I'll give him my player of the game. I just like what he did tonight.
The special teams.
I think.
I mean, if I add little, then
who?
Yes,
Parker? You talking about Parker? Who you picking?
Parker Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
I didn't throw the entire special teams unit out there.
Well, you did it first, and then you cherry-picked the guy. That makes sense.
I did.
It's okay.
I did, JP.
It's preseason for all of us, right?
Yeah,
it's okay.
I don't even have my laptop.
You took the scenic route, and you still got there.
I'm looking here with the
your phone. It's good. You took the scenic route, but we got there.
I figured Freddie would go Parker Washington. I didn't want to go first because I want to go a little deep cuts.
Oh, I like this.
A little deeper cuts. And, man, I've been practicing this. Asezi Otomowo, right? I think I'm in the ballpark on that, right? Credited with a sack and a half, 3 quarterback hits tonight. We're looking for who are going to be the guys that come in when they rotate. You know, Doug Pederson wants to run an 8-man front, basically, and rotate guys in there. I don't know what much more he could have done in his playing time tonight to catch the eyes of the defensive coaching staff. Credited with 2 solo tackles, that sack and a half. And as I mentioned, the 3 quarterback hits, he gets my vote for player of the game.
You know, I'm going to go just because he ran the ball very well on offense. I had a 19-yarder and then had the kickoff return as well. Tank Bigsby, I'm going to give him at least my vote tonight. 3 carries, 28 yards, and a shoelace or a yard line away from going the distance right before halftime. So that's my vote. So
you get one. Yeah, I get one.
That's right. I forgot to tell the rules. That's right. And Fred gets a vote and a half to break any ties. So Parker Washington.
Congrats to the special
Parker
teams.
Washington, special teams. That's right.
Yeah, there you go. Parker Washington is the Jaguars Radio Network Player of the Game. 3 targets, 1 catch, 10 yards on offense, but a big night in the return game for the Jacksonville Jaguars. A 73-yarder to start the game, the first kickoff return of the preseason for the Jags in the books. If you're looking for the MVP of the truck game, look no further than Ford F-150, loaded with impressive capability and designed to dominate work, play, and everything in between. This truck makes tough look easy. Your local Ford dealer, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Baptist Health Injury Report when we return after a Jaguars win, 26-13 over the Chiefs. And this is Jaguars Postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Maximize your energy savings with a new energy-efficient heating and cooling system from Florida Home Air Conditioning, and you could save up to $4,500 through possible tax credits and other discounts. Purchase a new system today, and Florida Home Air Conditioning will buy back your old inefficient HVAC system. Request your complimentary consultation from Florida Home Air Conditioning, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit FloridaHomeAC.com for details, terms, and conditions.
License number CMC 1250399, CFC 1430664, EC 130-08557.
If you're facing cancer, you want a dedicated team working for you. At Baptist MD Anderson Cancer Center, we only focus on cancer. And we partner with one of the largest cancer centers in the world. So you'll have a specialized treatment plan created by our experienced and highly trained oncologists and surgeons, collaborating with one of the country's leading cancer centers. Best of all, we're in North Florida with locations in downtown, Baptist South, and Clay. Appointments at BaptistMDAnderson.com.
Are you ready for some football? Well, you are now, thanks to Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Jacksonville Jaguars and the NFL, Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it to the house when it comes to being there live. They're the safest and most convenient marketplace to score fully verified Jaguars tickets. And even if your plans get broken up or worse, turned over, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell your seats. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Jaguars.
Ready to fuel up for summer fun? Join the MyGate Rewards loyalty program and pump up the savings. This summer, become a new loyalty member and save 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Already a member? Now you can earn rewards 10 times faster. For every $10 spent in store, save 5 cents per gallon at the pump. Stop by Gate today to crank up your summer savings. Offer ends August 31st, 2024.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern Pit Barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbecue.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Hey, hon, the sink isn't draining well. Kind of makes it sound like this.
What's that sound again? Sounds like hair down the drain.
Mine?
Well, I'm no pro. We should call Duck Duck Rooter and make the sound for them.
Duck Duck Rooter. However you describe your plumbing problem, we have your solution. Duck Duck Rooter. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
904-862-6769.
Jaguars postgame continues. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Jaguars radio network.
Yep.
Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor. Jaguars postgame continues. Presented by Florida Home AC from the Hyundai Studios of the Miller Electric Center. Time now for the injury report presented by Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good. There were a number of players that were held out of tonight's game, some as a precaution. Some have been dealing with some things in training camp. Andrew Wingard, one of those, dealing with some things in training camp, a knee issue, hasn't practiced in a number of days now, did not play in the game. Anton Harrison coming off a concussion, held out more as a precaution at this point. Ezra Cleveland with a heel issue was held out. Keelan Robinson, who we discussed earlier, with a toe issue. Jordan Jefferson, defensive tackle, the rookie, with an ankle issue, did not play. Ventrell Miller played through a hand injury. His left hand was wrapped up like a gordita, and then he just played right on through it. And made a couple plays. But then he came back in.
He did.
And he made some plays. He was making tackles. That was good to see. So there's a few guys kind of working through some things, and that's the nature of training camp.
Gordita hands. Hollywood Brown on the other side, just to note, who could be considered Kansas City's top weapon in the passing game, not named Travis Kelce, caught that 11-yard pass to open things up, and then they took him to the locker room, Fred, and apparently some kind of shoulder injury he's dealing with.
Yeah, it's awful to see these guys, work the entire summer in training camp to make it to the game and then having an injury, especially the first play of the game or any point, during the game. But hopefully he's okay. Big threat, a good acquisition by the Chiefs. But, JP, you been hanging out with Taco Bell? You couldn't think of anything else?
I mean,
burrito, post-game sponsor. Let's go.
Like burrito, yeah, like a burrito wrap. Yeah.
Gordita.
How can I say I'm hungry without saying I'm hungry? I guess that's where I am right now.
What about Chalupa?
They're open late, right?
I went to Waffle House the other night. I thought I was running to Trevor, but they got a new program over there. You got to get the food through the window now.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
You can't even go inside. It was about 1 a.m. I just got done, hanging out with Big Marcus Stroud, my old teammate. And
that doesn't seem like any Waffle House I've been to.
Butler Boulevard Waffle House.
By the way, Freddie, look at this. I don't think anything of these pictures here. I just did Gordita image search. Looks anything like what Ventrell Miller's sporting out there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that.
That was a panic description.
You meant to say
it's
burrito.
a straight steal.
Was it burrito?
It's a straight steal from a movie you have seen.
Is it?
Yes, Talladega Nights.
No, you're
Oh,
gonna,
called it a Gordita?
Wrapped up
All
like
right.
a Gordita.
well,
There you go.
you
Come
should
on
go
now.
to
That's a good cut
Anejo.
then.
Anejo
yeah.
in Ponte Vedra.
There's a
some
few
great-
over here too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't.
Things happen in town too, not just at the beach, Fred. I don't know if you know
I'm all
this.
over the place, man. Just send me to a location. I'm there.
We're back in a moment.
Preseason.
Our final thoughts. And yes, we'll look forward to next week. The Buccaneers come to town. It's Jaguars postgame on the Jaguars Radio Network.
To aim higher, run faster. It's what elite athletes do. Always strive for better. At UF Health, we have that same DNA. To not just treat a stroke, but to create a fleet of mobile stroke treatment units. To not just do research, but to use AI to save lives with one of the most powerful supercomputers in academia. We believe, like athletes, that human progress has no finish line. UF Health, National Medical Center for Team USA.
The Jaguars bring performance, strength, and passion to every play. And you'll find the same when you bank with EverBank. Open an EverBank Performance Savings account and score serious savings. See what you could earn at everbank.com/Jaguars. EverBank, advantage you. Member FDIC and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on, so make it your best summer ever with Ford. Now's the best time to get our best deals on a great selection of Ford trucks and SUVs, like the Ford Explorer, the Ford Bronco family, Ford F-Series, and the all-electric F-150 Lightning. These are the deals you've been waiting for, so don't wait. It's the Make It Ford Summer Sales Event, so make it yours. Make it now at your Ford dealer today.
Something happens when you begin to believe. What seems way off in the distance gets closer.
You focus on what needs to get done, and you'll let nothing get in your way.
Next year becomes this year, and maybe next time becomes now. A whole city will rally behind you and begin to believe too.
Because when you believe, the unbelievable can happen. We believe in justice for everyone, and we believe we're the attorneys to help people get it. Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jaguars. Jacksonville.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC. Call Florida Home AC today, official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the Jaguars Radio Network is presented by UF Health. University of Florida Health is the proud healthcare partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the University of Florida sponsoring the network in our pregame hours. And a distinguished alumnus now, the University of Florida, in studio with us, Fred Taylor.
Where is he?
Right here, you. This is
man.
you. You reminded me, and it was a great off season for you. Obviously, you walked at the University of Florida back in May. Congratulations.
26 years later, man. You know, I tell people all the time, it's not always about the start; it's about the finish. And for me, the reason I went back, JP, I don't know if I'll ever use sociology, like the actual practice of it. But I think the encouraging part of it for me is there are a lot of athletes that take this path. They follow their dreams to the NFL, and they don't always complete their degrees. But I said, you know what? I have an opportunity to do twofold. I promised my grandmother, so I wanted to make sure I got it done. After I lost her in October, I signed up. My wife didn't know. No one knew. The pivot crew, no one knew that I entered classes. And once I got halfway done and knew I was going to pass my 2 courses, I let the world know. So that part of it for my grandmother, but also to hopefully hope that it encourages a lot of guys that are in the NFL that are having second thoughts about going back to get it. I would say, look, just start what you finish. You know, and I hope that just encourages some of them. So I'm an official alum. That's right.
You have it framed on the wall and the whole thing, the license tag.
I'm going to have it all, orange and blue. How about you? Let's go. There ain't no Bama stuff. Just all Gator stuff everywhere. But It's a good feeling, honestly. I'm glad I did it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not only for guys going to the NFL. It's just kids coming up, man. The importance of education, right?
Well,
they'll look at you and go, Freddie's got it made. He played in the NFL. He's got a career post-playing days, but it was still important enough to you. So there are a lot of people that look up to you, I'm sure, that hopefully get inspired by that.
Yeah, my son Austin, he'll be a freshman in Gainesville this year. We move him in on the 19th down in Gainesville. That doesn't mean come over to the dorms and think you're going to be an autograph session. I love you enough, but I'm going to move him in, and then I'm going to kick him out of my house and say good luck in Gainesville. I'll come check you out every now and then. Go Gators.
Bro, I got a text from a friend of mine I went to college with that said, hey, I'm coming into town. I'm taking my grandchild to college at Flagler, where we both went. And I'm like, how is this mathematically possible? I don't understand this.
It's a blessing, Mike. We're all still here, man.
No doubt.
Be able to see it's a blessing.
Yes, it is. Certainly is. The 50-50 raffle brought to you by Duval Ford, and the winning number tonight, if you're in the stadium, is 413-352-61086. The jackpot, $26,222. The winner takes home half of that, $13,111. That'll buy you a lot of late-night meals.
That's a nice check.
Congratulations. The 50-50 raffle brought to you by Duval Ford. Next week, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. 2 practices at the Miller Electric Center. They are open to the public. They are sold out, by the way. They're free tickets, but they are all accounted for. And it should be a fantastic week of work with Baker Mayfield and great receivers and good defense and all those guys coming in here, Fred, for 2 pretty physical practices out here. And that means the starters for the Jags most likely will not play in the game next week, but let's get some work in next week.
Yeah, that's what it's about. It's always about the work. They'll be competitive. They'll get out there and knock each other around a little bit. Hopefully the starters will get some time off so they can, get themselves ready for the 3rd preseason game, the bigger test. But yeah, Tampa somehow snuck in there and beat us last year, and I think that was just a part of the whole slide and what was going on in the second part of the season. So these guys are going to look forward to getting out there and just competing across the board. You mentioned the Tampa receivers; they have a great crew of receivers there, and then these guys here in Jacksonville, they want to show them that hey, we can be as good as that group. So I look forward to seeing the competition level.
Look, I think they'll get more quality reps, the ones for the Jags, in those 2 days, and they'll probably get in the 2 preseason games they're going to play in combined.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you're going to get more live snaps against really, really good players. Mike Evans is on a Hall of Fame trajectory. I think he's a Hall of Famer if he didn't play another snap, but got that 1,000-yard streak. I was told by a Bucs reporter that he has set a personal goal of breaking Randy Moss's single-season touchdown record as well. So, he's on a mission. Baker will chuck it up to him. Chris Godwin, Jalen McMillan's getting a lot of rave reviews as a rookie there, a 3rd-round draft pick. And, hey, bring it, man. This team needs to be tested.
Yeah, they're gonna need that, and I think they're gonna meet the challenge. So, be interesting to see how it turns out.
Fred, we're back. Another year is underway here on Jaguars Radio. Always a pleasure to see you, and we'll do it again next week. How about that?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm gonna go try to find Trevor and see if he can buy me a private jet or something so I could fly back. Never mind.
I thought he was going to say a gordita.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go to the Waffle House.
A gordita. I was thinking when you mentioned that the 50-50.
Yeah.
Like, does he make $13,000 a minute or something?
I don't know the math. I was told there would be none, but that probably is close. Yeah.
I'm glad he's back.
It only starts week 1, though. The paychecks don't start until week 1, right?
Yeah.
So it's on you tonight.
Hopefully you
Fred.
can hang on for a month.
We're changing all of the rules. How about change the rules to pay the players more in the preseason? Y'all ready to go down that road with me?
We'll add it to the list of grievances, I suppose.
It's money that JP and I won't see either way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
However they want to divvy it up is fine with me.
Me either. But, again, whoever designed this place, man, this building, they did a great job. I wish I can turn back the clock in 25 years or so. Something like 26 years, and do it again.
For this as a practice facility, right?
This is beautiful.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, just to hang out in here. I was in the equipment room with George and the guys, and you see they got the golf simulator, and They got the walk-through room.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Yes.
These kids are spoiled. Amazing. They are spoiled, but it's beautiful. Much needed here.
Fred, safe travels. We'll talk to you again next week.
Yeah, man. I'll be right here.
Look forward to it.
Fred Taylor, pride of the Jaguars running back, joining us. For those on our flagship station, 1010XL in Jacksonville, stick around. The Scoreboard Show is next. We'll take your calls. And for those on the network outside of Jacksonville, you can join us on Jaguars.com or the Jaguars YouTube channel. For Fred Taylor, Mike Dempsey, Kai Stevens, and our entire crew, this is JP Shadrick saying good night. Final score, Jaguars 26, Chiefs 13 on the Jaguars Radio Network.
Welcome to the Jaguars Scoreboard Show. This is your chance, Jaguars fans, to sound off about today's game. The Jaguars Scoreboard Show is brought to you by University of Florida Health, Farah and Farah, Baptist Health, and by Everbank. Now, waiting to hear from you, here are Mike Dempsey, Bucky Brooks, and JP Shadrick.
JP Shadrick with Mike Dempsey, and this is the Scoreboard Show. Scoreboard 26-13. The road to New Orleans begins here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good first step, right? You'd rather win, as Doug Pederson, Trevor Lawrence have been talking about. And most important thing, I think, the lack of major injuries, it appears, for the Jags. Let's knock on wood that that'll be the case when we learn a little bit more about the fallout from tonight's game, JP. But ones versus ones, Jags walk away with a 7-3 advantage. Trevor Lawrence over Patrick Mahomes. It's just a snapshot, but it's one that you like. You saw some big, exciting plays on special teams for the Jags. You know, we talked about the team that figures out the kickoff returns could steal a win or two early in the season. And I don't know if the Jags had it figured out, or if I think the Parker Washington return was just some individual brilliance. He made some guys miss, but you got Tank's big return. And then how they kind of fell into the safety. And not so much that they did that on purpose, that you're putting the ball with backspin where it's going to roll back in. But clearly, Mecole Hardman didn't know what the heck he was doing, with a knee down in the end zone, and you touch the ball at the 1 yard line and bring it back with you. It's clearly a safety. He gave himself up in the end zone after taking the ball out live. And we did learn that tonight, that if the ball apparently goes in the end zone on the kickoff, comes back untouched into the field of play, it's a live ball. So
yeah, that's right, because there's no dead touchback without touching it now. Like, you have to go cover the kick.
Last year it would have been the case.
They would have just whistled it if it touched the ground.
Jags coaching staff was on it like that.
That's
they knew
right.
it.
Absolutely. So there you go. A lot of good things tonight. 355-NFL-1, the number, 355-6351. The phone lines are open, and we will try to take your calls. We'll be here until about midnight tonight. Give us a post on X as well, at JP Shadrick, at MD_1010XL. And we might take some social media. We'll see how this thing goes. As the season goes along, Brian Sexton will join us here in the Scoreboard Show. We'll hear from Bucky Brooks after most of the home games in the regular season, and we'll see about some of the road games, depending on the travel and everything going on. So we'll have an assortment, a cast of characters rolling through here with you, of course, as we take your calls after a Jaguars win in preseason week 1, 26-13. A lot of good things from the offense, defense, and special teams. They played hard, they played fast, and they got the job done. We're back in a moment with your calls on the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Hey, Jaguars fans, are you tired of being late to the game because you're stuck in traffic looking for a parking space? Well, join the thousands of other Jags fans who already know the smartest way to get to Everbank Field is on JTA's Game Day Express. Shuttles run from 5 locations around Jacksonville. Passes start at $10 and are available exclusively on the MyJTA mobile app. Visit JTAFLA.com for full details. The JTA Game Day Express, where you're winning before the game even starts. Your Game Day Express is sponsored by the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens.
Touchdown at Jaguars away games when you fly nonstop from Jacksonville International Airport. Join the Jaguars in Miami and Houston. Watch them win in Philly, Detroit, Nashville, and Las Vegas. All the other Jaguars games are just one short connection away. And if airport parking has you stressed, be sure to visit the Jax Airport website before traveling to the terminal. On it, you'll find information about the status of on-airport parking in real time. See if your favorite areas are available or if you need to call an audible. Visit flyjax.com for more information.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Jaguars fans, huddle up. Do you own a vehicle made in the last 10 years? If your car is outside of factory warranty or with no warranty coverage, get the best defense against expensive auto repairs with CarShield, the official auto protection partner of the Jaguars. With plans to fit every budget, CarShield helps you cover up to 5,000 parts and systems. Call 800-471-1223 now or go to carshield.com/Jaguars. That's 800-471-1223. Coverage varies by plans. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
For us, treating cancer is personal. We're Baptist MD Anderson Cancer Center, and we know that every patient is unique. So you'll have a plan created by world-renowned doctors and tailored to your needs. And everyone here will support you every step of the way, so you're physically, emotionally, and spiritually strong for the journey. Don't face cancer with anything less than the team at Baptist MD Anderson. Locations in downtown, Baptist South, and Clay. Visit BaptistMDAnderson.com.
Welcome back. The Scoreboard Show continues. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey at the Hyundai Studios at the Miller Electric Center. 355-NFL1, the number 355-6351. We'll take your calls. Phone lines are open. We'll be here until midnight. Are they doing the fifth quarter in the preseason? What's going on over there?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I don't know that for a fact, but
Okay.
I'm going to say no.
Okay. But at some point,
That's my
as the
guess.
season goes along, you can also get it on the fifth quarter. But
I
don't know if
imagine
it's-
Leon Searcy is somewhere smoking a cigar right now. And
hey,
it's not on the set of the fifth
it's
quarter.
not-
That's my guess. I don't know. I
Now,
could
that
be
would
wrong.
be the ultimate collaboration if they did it at a place where you could smoke a cigar.
Yeah, cigar bar.
There are a few.
There are more than a few out there. So, absolutely. They do a great job, and we'll look forward to that once the regular season rolls around.
Fair enough. Hey, all you got is us tonight, then. So get in those calls, 355-NFL1. You know, it would be a victory cigar tonight. Jaguars over the Chiefs, 26-13. They came out, as you mentioned, on special teams right away. That big kickoff return. The offense got it in the end zone. The nice pass to Travis Etienne Jr. That was good to see. And they had one more drive, and then that was it for the starters tonight.
Yeah, I thought Trevor Lawrence threw the ball pretty well. I mean, he only threw it 4 times. But even the one incompletion to Gabe Davis is more of just a bit of a half-second timing issue, you know, and just couldn't quite tap the toes there by the sideline. But it was a good pass that would have moved the chains in that circumstance. And then the other thing, you know, Evan Ingram, there's at least a couple shots going around. He did break free when Trevor had the ball
on the fourth down sack.
On the fourth down sack, exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, it's one of those. I don't know if Trevor saw it or if he didn't like what was in his field of view. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, you know, maybe he's subtly moving. We see a still shot and like, oh, this guy's open. Why didn't he dart the ball to him?
You see the still shot, but it's from a high angle, and you can't see the lineman's probably in front of him.
Right.
You know?
But,
right.
you know, still, I'm sure Trevor will go back and say, hey, I got to find that guy, and I got to convert that. And look, Doug Pederson's going to continue to be aggressive, go for fourth downs, just because you've got a kicker that can make some of these long ones. You want 7 instead of 3. And JP didn't hesitate as well when they got the roughing penalty on the Beathard pass to Duvernay. Immediately, we're going to move that up, and we're going to go for 2. And so, Jags able to get the push on that running play. But, again, we know what Travis Etienne can do, going back to what Fred Taylor was talking about. He wanted to see these backup running backs perform well, and they did. It's not about my questioning what Travis Etienne can do. It's like I just want to see some holes open up for him. And granted, 60% of the starting unit, and it's only one snapshot, but no Chris Jones out there for Kansas City either. So, there's some give and take with all that going on. I think that's something to watch in these practices coming up with the Bucs this week. Vita Vea is a pretty significant roadblock in the middle of that defensive line for Tampa Bay. So can Mitch Morse and Brandon Sheriff and whoever's playing left guard at that point get some push and get some movement? I imagine we're going to get a live tackling drill at some point and get a little short yardage in there, or at least thud them up, and hopefully we'll see a little bit better results on that.
Final score 26-13. Jaguars defense in this game. We saw starters out again early, and then they were rolling in some guys the first couple drives. It wasn't just starters for 2 drives.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, hey, we're mass substitutions on defense really early in the game, and it kind of gives you the idea. Okay, we're, as Ryan Nielsen said, we've got. What did he say about he's had so many quotes about the depth chart lately, but one of them was like, we've got 53 starters or something like that. It was one of those kind of things.
Sure you
like,
do.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, but that's his mindset. Okay, at this point, especially in training camp, there's no depth chart set officially on defense. That's his point, and it might change next week after the performance tonight. Some of the guys who are going to start
Obviously,
in this defense.
frontline guys.
However, they're going to roll guys in a little bit more maybe than the recent past.
Well, why shouldn't Ryan Nielsen come in and give these guys a blank slate for the most part? I mean, look, Josh Hines-Allen can have a terrible training camp, and I think his position's pretty secure. By the way, he's not having a terrible training camp, right?
Fine.
There are certain pillars of that defense that are going to play a large role regardless. But why should Ryan Nielsen care what somebody did last year or the year before? Makes no difference. If they're in a new scheme under his tutelage.
He wasn't here.
And whoever performs for him. Look, the only thing that bugged me was those first 3 plays, go for 11, 9, and 16. And the Pacheco run in particular, it looked like that defensive line got blown up. But while the first team's still out there, they stiffened, and that was it. Okay, you got us. We caught our breath, so to speak. And they rallied the troops, and they held them to a field.
Well, it was a 3rd down drop, but yes,
yeah, all right.
He was open in the flat.
Nonetheless,
bad throw. I'm with you. They got off the field.
There's a little kind of late pressure on Mahomes there.
Yes.
So
it wasn't a steady throw.
I give him credit for getting the stop, forcing the field goal attempt after getting knocked back on their heels a little bit to start with.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, it beats the alternative. We'll take that instead of 7, and it gives you the chance to come out feeling like, okay, you know what? We got the stop when we had to. Special teams provided the spark, and the offense paid it off. And, Trevor Lawrence, even though he came out for another series, could walk away 1 drive each ahead 7-3.
Phone lines are open, 355-NFL-1, the number, 355-6351. Your calls, and we'll be here until midnight reacting to the Jaguars' win over the Chiefs, 26-13. This is the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Facing cancer takes a lot of determination, strength, and support. And you'll get it all at Baptist MD Anderson Cancer Center. Determination from world-renowned doctors, giving you specialized treatment with cutting-edge technology and research. Strength and support from a dedicated team, caring for you completely, during and after treatment. Don't face cancer with anything less than the team at Baptist MD Anderson. Appointments available at baptistmdanderson.com.
The 2024 season is Pawsome. Register your pet for the Four-Legged Fan Club, presented by Forever Vets Animal Hospital. Your furry friend can access exclusive merchandise, events, and sweepstakes throughout the season. Fan club members will be automatically entered to win the Pet of the Game sweepstakes with 2 Jags tickets and sideline passes for pet owners and a chance for your pet to be featured on the video boards as Pet of the Game. Visit Jaguars.com/promotions/Four-Legged Fan Club to sign up. Tackle your marketing needs with Kessler Creative. Providing direct mail services for more than a decade, Kessler has a wide range of services from small mailers to large banners and signs. Draft Kessler as your first pick to receive the best targeted mail list. Elevate your business and be on the winning team with Kessler Creative. Kessler Creative, results-driven marketing and proud partner of your Jacksonville Jaguars.
Headquartered in Jacksonville, Florida, CSI Companies partners with leading healthcare and technology organizations nationwide to deliver workforce solutions. CSI prides itself on building meaningful relationships and provides personalized operations to fuel the success of businesses, both big and small. Whether it's finding the right talent for a job or seamlessly managing a project from start to finish, CSI has 3 decades of experience in getting the job done. This is your workforce solutions reimagined. Visit CSICompanies.com.
Chelsea here with Renewal by Anderson. Renewal by Anderson specializes in energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors that are twice as tough as vinyl. Save money through the month of August and save $300 on every window and $825 on every patio door. Plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. Some restrictions apply. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Go to rbfla.com to book your design consultation today. License number CGC 1527613.
We're excited to announce a special activation at select training camps. Join us as we celebrate the Corner at Deb Store, coming soon to the Eastside community. Operated by Goodwill Industries of North Florida, the Deb Store will help change lives in the historic Out East through fresh foods, education, and career opportunities. In partnership with various community partners, this project will create a space where residents can thrive. Watch out for the Deb Store van at select training camps this July and August, where you can enjoy free samples and learn how to support this initiative.
The Scoreboard Show continues. JP Shadrick with Mike Dempsey from the Hyundai Studios at the Miller Electric Center. 355-NFL-1, the number, 355-6351. We're here until midnight with your reaction to the Jaguars' win over the Chiefs in preseason week 1, 26-13. Today's game was presented by Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Jacksonville Jaguars and the NFL.
Very exciting, JP. First post-game call in the Miller Electric Center.
We think.
Let's hope it goes well. All right. 355-NFL-1. Jason on the line wants to talk linebacker play. Jason, you're on the Scoreboard Show. Go ahead.
Jason, hello.
My guess is Jason's talking right now.
Yeah, do not hear.
Well, let's talk about the linebacker play.
Let's. I mean, that was one of the big stories coming in was, okay, oh gosh, wait a minute. Foye Oluokun's moving to the weak side, and Devin Lloyd's moving to middle, and Chad Muma's the strong side guy if they're in base, and there you go. What did you see out of those guys tonight?
Well, for the first team guys, the first couple guys you mentioned, I felt like everybody got blown up on that run by Pacheco, but putting that play aside, this is more, to me, Muma comes in and immediately flashes. I think it was the next defensive drive. He made the first couple of tackles there. So he was very active. And I heard Tony and Jeff talk about on the broadcast, if they were to open up in a 4-3 with 3 linebackers actually on the field, he'd be your Sam guy right now. And I thought, he was very easy to pick out early in the action. Ventrell Miller playing with the Gordita hand. Right?
he flashed. He made some good plays.
He had 3 solos, a couple of assists, and a pass breakup.
Good for him.
Game tonight.
It's been a long time coming for him. He is, he battled through all the foot stuff last year and everything, and just coming out of the draft, just never could see the field, and finally he's back out there and playing through some stuff right now.
And another guy who is listed as a Sam linebacker option right now is second-year pro Yasir Abdullah. Now, it was more of a cleanup sack, but on the play where he got his sack, there were multiple guys that got pressure on Wentz and flushed him, and he was able to finish it off. So the first sack of the preseason, first sack of 2024, goes to Yasir Abdullah. And it's not so much that it's that play, okay? Because, again, he just was right place, right time, but he made the play. But, JP, this is a guy that I think the typical Jaguar fan and most in the Jaguar media are saying, if he gives us anything, it'll be a surprise. And that's what happens when you don't have any impact as a rookie. It often happens, right? And look, this is a guy fighting to say, hey, what do we always talk about? Guys make the biggest leap from year 1 to year 2 quite often, right? Because they're acclimated to the NFL. They haven't had to go through the whole draft cycle and all that, and you know what to expect. So if the Jags can get anything out of Yasir Abdullah, if they could get 4 to 5 sacks out of Yasir Abdullah, I think that would be exceeding a lot of people's expectations. I was just happy for him to pop up and make a play tonight.
That's a good point. And, it's a different defense, right? I mean, he was drafted as an outside linebacker in a 3-4, and that was going to be his role. So how, will he be the strong side guy, and maybe go up on the line some? He's not going to be one of the ends, true ends in a 4-3.
No.
Josh Allen and Trayvon and all those guys.
You would think if Muma is your quote-unquote starting Sam linebacker, right? They're not going to have the Sam on the field all that much right now. And again, the depth chart is etched in sand, but he is in that mix to back up that spot at least. And he's going to have to make an impact on special teams too.
No doubt.
If you're a guy like that, probably Muma will probably have to make an impact on special teams.
He does. I think he did last year. I mean, because he wasn't on the
Right, but even if he has more of a base defense role, it's not, what are they going to be in with 3 linebackers on the field, maybe 10, 15% of the time? At least that's the feel.
Not many.
The way Ryan Nielsen's running things in training camp right now. So don't know what point Jason wanted to make about the linebackers, but, and sure there are probably plays that he might have seen that we didn't focus on as much. But for me, those were the guys that flashed. Muma, Ventrell, and then just, again, happy to see Yasir Abdullah make a positive contribution.
It's a key point to this defense this year. How are those guys going to play behind that defensive line? And, Foye-Lukin's still going to call the defense, even though he's maybe switching things. And as you mentioned, most times it'll be 2 linebackers out there. Sometimes they'll throw, depending on what the offense is throwing out at them. So you could, both guys, and I think you talked about this in the pregame, like they might move around. And it's not like a middle linebacker is going to stay right there in the middle the whole time. It's
call them what you want. When there's 2 guys on the field, it's not like one guy's going to be in the middle and the other guy's going to be off to the side. They're going to be kind of balancing it out. By the way, Jags officially credited with 13 quarterback hits tonight. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep that up, please. And on the other side, not that many. You had the one that resulted in the penalty. 4 hits on Jaguar quarterbacks tonight. That included the sack on Trevor Lawrence early.
And you know what? Give credit to Beathard for standing in there and taking that hit to make that throw still and for the touchdown.
Yeah, he knew he was going to get drilled. And,
Yeah.
Look, he's competing too now.
Certainly is.
I think a lot of people presume this will be Mac Jones as the backup, but,
I think so
C.J.
too.
Beathard, I agree, but C.J. Beathard's not going to go down without a fight.
And, I mean, yeah, we'll come back in a moment. We'll get into the quarterback stuff.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
a whole different conversation. We've got a little bit of time remaining in the program. We'll be here till midnight. 355 NFL 1, the number 355-6351. The Jaguars over the Chiefs, 26-13. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Brooks Rehabilitation is proud to be the official rehabilitation partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are here for them, and we are here for you. Ranked #1 physical rehabilitation hospital in Florida by U.S. News and World Report, our playbook is individualized treatment and exceptional care to get you back to living your life. Brooks has cutting-edge technology and therapy solutions in every care setting, treating sports injury, orthopedics, brain, spinal injuries, and more. Go beyond your expectations with Brooks Rehabilitation.
Jaguars fans, huddle up for the best defense against expensive car repairs, CarShield. Score big with the nation's #1 automotive protection company, CarShield. They offer affordable plans covering repairs on up to 5,000 parts and systems in your car, truck, or SUV. Don't miss any Jaguars action this season with a car breakdown. Call 800-471-1223. Coverage varies by plans. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Ready to fuel up for summer fun? Join the MyGate Rewards loyalty program and pump up the savings. This summer, become a new loyalty member and save 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Already a member? Now you can earn rewards 10 times faster. For every $10 spent in store, save 5 cents per gallon at the pump. Stop by Gate today to crank up your summer savings. Offer ends August 31st, 2024.
We're excited to announce a special activation at select training camps. Join us as we celebrate the Corner at Deb Store, coming soon to the Eastside community. Operated by Goodwill Industries of North Florida, the Deb Store will help change lives in the historic Out East through fresh foods, education, and career opportunities. In partnership with various community partners, this project will create a space where residents can thrive. Watch out for the Deb Store van at select training camps this July and August, where you can enjoy free samples and learn how to support this initiative. Touchdown at Jaguars away games when you fly nonstop from Jacksonville International Airport. Join the Jaguars in Miami and Houston. Watch them win in Philly, Detroit, Nashville, and Las Vegas. All the other Jaguars games are just one short connection away. And if airport parking has you stressed, be sure to visit the Jax Airport website before traveling to the terminal. On it, you'll find information about the status of on-airport parking in real time. See if your favorite areas are available or if you need to call an audible. Visit flyjax.com for more information.
It's game time, Jaguars fans, and Publix knows that football is all about pairings. A high-scoring offense paired with a stingy defense. A rocket-armed QB paired with a dynamic wide receiver. And at Publix, you can pair hot deli chicken tenders with savory dips, delicious sub-platters with ice-cold beverages, and you can pair these tailgate essentials with an entire parking lot full of Jaguars fans chanting, Duval! Gear up for your tailgate at Publix, the official supermarket of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Scoreboard Show continues. JP Shadrick with Mike Dempsey from the Hyundai Studios, the Miller Electric Center. After a Jaguars win 26-13 over the Chiefs, and our discussion continues now about the quarterback play tonight. We touched on a little bit last segment, but we go back to the numbers tonight, starting with Trevor Lawrence, 3 of 4 passing, 42 yards and a touchdown. And then C.J. Beathard came on in relief, 7 of 14, 125 yards and a touchdown. And then Mac Jones, the rest of the way, 9 of 11 for 98 yards. No touchdowns, but he was close to one. And probably about the only first-rounder even close to it on the field at that point. But, however, you know what he is. He is a first-round quarterback that has played in a number of games in the league. He knows what he's doing. C.J. Beathard, though. We mentioned the throw for the touchdown. Also, he kind of underthrew the ball down the field to Brian Thomas Jr., who had to come back for it. Brian made a great play on the football for him. But to your point, Beathard's been around this thing for a couple of years now. He's helped Trevor develop and progress as a professional quarterback. And, you know, so I'm sure C.J. Beathard would love this opportunity and is trying to take advantage of this opportunity for whatever his future holds, whether it's here or another team or a practice squad is always a possibility at this point for him. I mean, let's just see how he plays the rest of this preseason. But Beathard's I don't think they're in a hurry to run him off. Let's put it that way. Mac Jones is the backup quarterback. That's my opinion, but I think that's fairly clear with just the skill level that Mac Jones can put out there on a day-to-day basis. But Beathard certainly has a role in this organization, I think, if he's not going to make the active roster.
I think the ideal situation is if you do waive Beathard, there's not a huge clamoring to pick him up, right? And you can get him on the practice squad because I think your biggest point in this, JP, is he and Trevor Lawrence have some simpatico, right? I think
feels that way,
right?
Sure.
I think Trevor likes him as a sounding board. Not that he dislikes Mac Jones. I think the point that Tony and Jeff made on the game broadcast today was a good one about Mac Jones. If Trevor Lawrence were to miss time, you don't have to change the playbook.
No.
You run the same offense with Mac Jones. There's just certain throws that C.J. Beathard really can't put in there with the zip you need in a tight window. And, that doesn't mean he's a bad guy. He knows where to go with the football. He knows the offense very well. But Mac Jones is just a physically superior player to him. And look, they had 103.8, 104.8 were their quarterback ratings tonight. By the way, Trevor was 147.9. So
pretty good.
Not too shabby all around.
Let's go to the phone line.
Let's give it a shot again here. We're trying things
winging
out.
it. We're winging
in the
it.
Miller Electric Center. 355 NFL 1. Spencer is next up here on the Scoreboard Show. Hi, Spencer. What's on your mind?
Hello, Spencer.
You know, in baseball, you get 3
tell
strikes.
You what, we might get 2 tonight.
I'm thinking football's a different sport.
We start at 1-1.
Yeah.
It's like softball. This is a rousing start to the phone call segment.
Well,
I must say.
do you want to – let's see. What would Spencer have liked to have talked about? What do you think? Was it more quarterback play since we're on the quarterback front? Did you have any other points you wanted to make about Trevor Lawrence's performance?
The Trevor Lawrence performance. You knew it was not going to be a long performance. They did have a short field to begin. Had it been a long drive to open up and then a touchdown, you might not have seen him again, I don't think. But short drive, touchdown, get him back out there for a second possession, and, kind of a mixed night for him. I mean, it was good statistically, 3 out of 4, all that stuff, and the touchdown pass to ETN. But I'd be curious to see what he saw on that 4th down play.
Yeah,
Did he see Evan Ingram?
And if he did he think the risk reward wasn't there? But like the guy said,
guys are the right side of the line's falling apart, right? So,
but at the same time, it's 4th down, right? You take just chuck it up, right? Unless you throw a pick 6, unless you put it in a place where there's no offensive player can make a play on the ball, maybe just in that circumstance, try to make something happen, and again, this will come down to what he saw in his field of vision, and I'm sure that'll be. He may have discussed. We didn't hear his post-game comments. He might have.
You know how it goes,
that.
though. Like if he throws it up and it gets intercepted, you'll be like, oh, he should have taken the sack.
But if it gets picked, but if it,
4th down, I'm with you.
Right, it's 4. If it gets picked, as long as it's not returned past, the 10-yard loss or whatever he took, you're getting a net gain on the play.
But we're nitpicking because it's the first preseason game and 2 drives, but that's all we have to go by.
He threw 4 passes. We got a nitpick, right?
Yeah, that was right.
There's not much else to go on
that's
right
true.
now.
So I think he's in a good spot. I think, like you said, these reps against the Buccaneers this week will be big for him, and because it's a relatively safe environment. He's not going to take sacks. He's not going to get hit. He'll have the red jersey on, and he'll be able to go out and get his reps in and try to move this offense ahead.
Had one play where he handed it to ETN up the middle and kind of got stuffed, and Trevor immediately rolled right, and it was like, man, it is so wide open on that. It's like the defense is going to pause and hesitate because they got to respect ETN and what he's capable of doing, and I felt like, man, that was just one. If you just could have pulled it back, he could have picked up a bunch of yards, or that could have been a play, and I think we'll see that a lot. They want to move him around, roll the pocket. They've got offensive linemen that are pretty athletic, and they can do some different things with the blocking scheme. And when you're down a couple of linemen, that's something you can do to protect your quarterback as well. Just get him out of the pocket. So that was one that I wasn't sure if he had handed it off or he kept it, and when I realized he did hand it off, I was like, man, that could have been a big play. What are you gonna do?
It happens. Hey, let's come back in a moment. Our final segment ahead. After a Jaguars win over the Chiefs, 26-13, this is the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
If you're facing cancer, you want a dedicated team working for you. At Baptist MD Anderson Cancer Center, we only focus on cancer. And we partner with one of the largest cancer centers in the world. So you'll have a specialized treatment plan created by our experienced and highly trained oncologists and surgeons, collaborating with one of the country's leading cancer centers. Best of all, we're in North Florida with locations in downtown, Baptist South, and Clay. Appointments at baptistmdanderson.com.
We're excited to announce a special activation at select training camps. Join us as we celebrate the Corner at Deb Store, coming soon to the Eastside community. Operated by Goodwill Industries of North Florida, the Deb Store will help change lives in the historic Out East through fresh foods, education, and career opportunities. In partnership with various community partners, this project will create a space where residents can thrive. Watch out for the Deb Store van at select training camps this July and August, where you can enjoy free samples and learn how to support this initiative.
Hey, Jaguars fans, are you tired of being late to the game because you're stuck in traffic looking for a parking space? Well, join the thousands of other Jags fans who already know the smartest way to get to Everbank Field is on JTA's Game Day Express. Shuttles run from 5 locations around Jacksonville. Passes start at $10 and are available exclusively on the MyJTA mobile app. Visit jtafla.com for full details. the JTA Game Day Express, where you're winning before the game even starts. Your Game Day Express is sponsored by the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium, because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern Pit barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbecue.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Are you ready for some football? Well, you are now, thanks to Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Jacksonville Jaguars and the NFL, Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it to the house when it comes to being there live. They're the safest and most convenient marketplace to score fully verified Jaguars tickets. And even if your plans get broken up or worse, turned over, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell your seats. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Jaguars.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Final moments of the Scoreboard Show. Final score 26-13. Jaguars over the Chiefs. Preseason week 1, 1-0 record. And it's
one down, 22, maybe 23 to go if we don't get the first overall seed.
You don't think they're going to get the first
I'm
seed?
saying that's why I led with 22 more to go.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
A couple more preseason, 17 regular season, 3 playoff games.
It's a long season, man.
Hey, you know
a lot
what?
of
If
football.
we get 22 more of these,
It'd be worth it.
Nobody's complaining.
No.
All right?
Not at all. Yes.
And, there's enough, if you're a Jag supporter, there's enough to take positive out of this game to say, hey, I like this, I like this. And you look at it, and the coaching staff can go, we need to clean this up, we need to clean this up. It's not going to be perfect in the first preseason game. But I do think that for me, happy that the first team offense got one in the end zone. I felt like, we talked about with Freddie T, it seems like there's a renewed vibe, with the team just kind of coming out to greet Parker Washington after the big return, right?
I loved it.
To jump all over Brian Thomas Jr., stuff like that. Good esprit de corps with this team. But at the same time, questions remain about how stout that first team offensive line is going to be. I mean, you weren't going to answer them all tonight regardless, one way or the other. I really think Wednesday and Thursday are going to be the most telling days that we have until we see the Miami Dolphins to open the season.
Hope you, if you can make it out, if you already got your tickets to training camp this week, enjoy it. Should be fun with the Buccaneers coming to town. Thanks to our entire crew tonight. We're going to wrap it up here on the Scoreboard Show, both here at the Miller Electric Center and over there across the street at Everbank Stadium. Our entire crew back home. You can't see me pointing on radio, but I'm pointing towards the stadium right now. Across the street. There's a window here. It's straight that way. So we've moved into 2 different buildings this year, but worked out, and we're going to keep doing this. So we'll move on to next week against the Buccaneers. 7:30, I believe, kickoff next week.
Yeah.
Not 7. So plenty of coverage all week, of course, on Jaguars Today. Right?
Absolutely. We get the lineup back this week, or at least most of them. David Garrard on Monday, Jeff Lageman on Tuesday, Osher on Wednesday. Mike DeRocco won't be able to join us this Thursday because of the joint practices. And, of course, Tom McManus is year-round on Fridays. And,
wow.
We'll be firing it up again, JP.
We've got Jags AM Monday morning on Jaguars.com, Jags YouTube, Kai, Brian, and John. And then Jaguars Happy Hour Monday debuts for the season Monday afternoon with Prisco, Baselli, and yours truly 4 to 6 on 1010XL AM. That'll be fun.
And look, we got a lot of reason to be excited. Let's hope the Jags back it up with some great play on the field. But it's been a hell of an off season, right, to this point, and let's hope it continues. Keep these guys healthy, and it looked like they mostly came out with that, and let's get some good work in against the Bucs this week.
That's Mike Dempsey. I'm JP Shadrick. Thank you for listening. Final score for the final time: Jaguars 26, Chiefs 13, and this has been the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.